Hello, it's Leona from the Jungle Farm, and I'm in my kitchen. So welcome to my kitchen. Today we're making chicken soup. And I got to tell you a little story. We bought a rotisserie chicken the other day because we were a little short in time. And I just love rotisserie chickens. For Blaine and I, it makes multiple meals. But even a family of 4, I think you can get 3 easy meals out of it. So what would they be? First, of course, you're going to eat the chicken. Secondly, you're going to use the leftovers in a chicken pot pie, or maybe last night we actually made it with a pasta sauce and put a little bit of Alfredo sauce on top of it. So that was really yummy. And finally, I took the carcass and I boiled it. So that's what I did last night. I put the carcass in, cover it with water, and then I will boil it or simmer, not boil, simmer for about 2 to 3 hours. And then I need to take out the bones. So a couple of things you need to know. I don't know if you can see this, so I'm going to take them out. You're going to find that you get bits of fat on the top. And I actually try to take that fat right off so that I have as little as possible. And they kind of look like this. So I take that off, and then hands in, so I make sure my hands are nicely washed. And then I'm put my hands right into that broth, and I'm going to take all the bones out. So a little spoiler alert, there's not very many bones in here because I've already taken quite a few of them out. But I am a do not like to have a bone in my soup bowl kind of gal. So I'm pretty diligent in working on getting mine off. And when I find bones, I strip all that meat off. I make sure that there's no meat left on those bones because I want that meat in my soup, of course. I also am not a fan of these connector tissues. My husband loves to eat them. Egg on him, but that is not my thing. So if he wants them, he's got to take the bones and clean them off. So all of that, and then I throw the rest in the garbage. I cannot feed any of that to any of my critters. Chicken bones are not the best to be feeding to anybody. All right. And once I've got all that out, and I'm just about done here, these little rib bones are hard to find them all. So I just sort of check through it again. I'm not a fan of having, that was a piece of skin, and I'm not a fan of having that in there. That was a connective tissue. So I kind of check through it all, and in doing that, I'm actually separating that all up so I have meat all, going to be scattered all through the broth. And my broth is very fine now. Like I actually would potentially you could put more water. So it depends on how many vegetables you want to put in here, but you could put more water in here because this is going to be very hearty broth because it has lots and lots of that great minerals from the bones, and it'll get quite thick. So depending on how long you cooked it, and it can get quite thick. The other thing I need to let you know is we cooked it and then I put it outside. This is such a great time to be able to doing broths right now because you can actually pop it outside and get it cold. So for food safety, you need to get it cold. If you don't have a space in your fridge, find a space outside because we've got lots of cold nights. So then I just put in my favorite vegetables, celery, onions, and carrots. You can put anything else you want in here, but I like to have them in bite-sized pieces. So I cut them up into bite-sized pieces and I get them into my soup broth. I am a fan, big fan of having celery leaves. So these happen to be the last of the celery leaves that I have. Celery comes with lots of leaves, but I can tell you that usually I save the centerpiece of the celery for my soups because it's got all those leaves on it, and I think they just add a great flavor. Those of you who joined me for my leek soup also learned there's celeriac, so you could definitely add celeriac. And then I'm going to put this on to boil on my stove. I'm also, I put in a few flavorings. So what do I like to put in? Salt and pepper, of course. So I'm going to make sure that I get some good ground pepper and some salt into my thing. And I'll be honest, I'm not a great salt user, so usually Blaine has to add extra salt. I think parsley is such a good, well, my mom always had dried parsley, so I always like to use some parsley. And I'm fairly generous with the parsley, and I'll add it in even just as we go to serve it. Thyme is another one. It goes so well with chicken, so I tend to add thyme to all my chicken things. And I look at the size of the pot, and I make a determination. So sorry, I wish I had some exact measurements. We'll include some guesstimates for you. And then the last thing I like to add is poultry seasoning. I mean, it's poultry, right? So I like to add a little poultry seasoning, and it will have thyme in it and sage and all those good things that you put in your dressing. And I'm going to warm this up, and I am going to simmer it until all those vegetables are nicely cooked. And once they're nicely cooked, I look in my fridge and find out what leftovers I have. And right now I have a little bit of peas, but if I had corn, any of those vegetables that are kind of the smaller ones, I'll pop in kind of at the end. And my soup will be finished. So it does take time the night before, because I'm going to simmer those bones. I'm going to put them outside or in my fridge, make them cold. I'm going to skin off those bones the next day, and then I'm going to be able to make the soup. But boy, I tell you, when you go to do that, when you've got the next day, it is maybe an hour tops by the time you cut all your vegetables and put it all together. So look how it's going to be just full of goodness. Look at all those vegetables that are in there, and of course the chicken as well. So give it a try. Doesn't matter if it's chicken, if it's your ham bone, if it's your steak, the bones off of that, any of those, you can make amazing soups. Lots of vegetables. Thanks so much for joining me in my kitchen, and we'll see you next time.